Alright, it looks like I should theoretically be live. I really won't know that until it updates on the channel. Okay, yeah, it says happening now. Let's watch live video so I can pull up the comments. Okay, so welcome to the first ever episode of South Jersey Libertarian, episode 001, as I'm calling it. My intentions here are pretty simple. I just want to give some of the news that's going on, as well as give my opinions on it. And right now, one of the biggest things that I'll be talking about, come on. Okay, no, never mind. Is COVID again, because apparently that's a thing again. So, as we all know, COVID's never going to go away. It's just not going to happen. It's not a pandemic, it's an endemic. It's just going to stay. And one of the things I was looking at is $36 million or billion dollars in profit on a drug that was paid for with tax dollars and is supposed to be free. But it's not just point of sale, just moves from your pocket to your taxes. So it'll never actually be free. And we all know that. And in January 2020, Moderna stock was $19 per share. Today, it's over $320 per share. That pretty much tells us everything that we need to know about what's happening with that. And then there was this beauty. What can I even say about this? Was this a Freudian slip from the CDC director? Our death rates are too high. Here's what we know. We know that people who are dying from this disease are 11-fold more likely to pass. What? So I believe what they had just done there was admitted what we already know. People are dying from the vaccine. A guy from my church was probably not the healthiest guy, but he had gotten the first shot and was scheduled for his second shot and just died. Somebody that is related to my dad's girlfriend. This dude was a health nut, got the second shot, heart attack, and died. And then somebody I know from my church, from another church actually, she had fought cancer, had won. She was pretty healthy. She was a bit overweight, but overall pretty healthy. Got the booster shot, died a couple days later. And yet another person I know had gotten his second shot, had a massive heart attack, and died. He, too, was in pretty good health, probably not the greatest, but all these people are dying from these. I don't even want to call it a vaccine. I want to call it a shot. Because a vaccine is a vaccine. This is just mystery junk that they're shooting in your arm. But here's the best part. I'm sure you've all heard about this by now. The new variant. And I believe that is just in time for... Now, I have watched several YouTube videos to figure out how to do this. Galen seems to be the most accepted pronunciation. Ghislaine Maxwell. She's scheduled to go on trial tomorrow. And suddenly there's this new variant. Even better yet, they're not, they're really not telling us about it. Or, they're telling us that it's not even a dangerous variant, it's just a new variant. I need to see more on that. I don't have all the information on that yet. But then, speaking of tomorrow, what do we know so far? I've looked at some really weird things involved in this case. I've seen a lot of bizarre stuff happening. It shows that. Okay, so that might be on. Okay, yeah. So the judge who is presiding over the case says that she'll finish the case, even though she was promoted to a position on the federal appeals court. She says that she'll continue to do her job, which includes presiding over the trial until completion. She added that she was honored at the possibility to serve on the appeals court, and Chuck Schumer said that he'd recommend Nathan for an appeals court job, calling her an outstanding jurist. Anybody that Chuck Schumer says is great, I'm going to have my questions about. But then I've also been looking at a few weird things. While she was in jail, well, she's still in jail, but apparently she used a cart full of legal documents to barricade herself in a conference room at a Brooklyn lockup, causing a security threat, prosecutors have alleged. And Manhattan federal prosecutors have hit back saying that basically she had to be reminded all the time to clean her cell and even flush her toilet. Apparently everything about her jail cell was dirty. And 12 jurors and 6 alternates will hear the case and not be chosen until 11/29, which is tomorrow, when opening states begin, and it's expected to stretch into mid-January. And Maxwell has pleaded guilty to charges that she groomed underage victims, to have unwanted sex with Epstein, and, well, it should say here, because this was taken straight from an article, but it should say Epstein as well as many, many wealthy people. And she has vehemently denied wrongdoing. That is a word I've never had to say before. So, what else do we know? We know that they don't want to tell us anything. They're saying that the details are sensational and impure, or too sensational and impure for public, the judge says. And it looks like they're already planning on censoring everything so that nobody knows what is actually going on in the courtroom. Yeah, I know it's a federal case, and due to the rule, they can't have cameras in there. But dude, I would like to see real video, just like we had with the Kyle case. And apparently this is the last slide I prepared for today, which is that is this inflation? It's just getting worse. I mean, like I went to a diner yesterday, just me and my son, and normally like me and him can get out for like $18, and it would be like $25 with a tip, because I tend to be pretty generous. But the meal alone was almost $26. And you know it's crazy when Aubrey Strobel's making sense. You know, Elizabeth Warren out here saying, you know, wondering why your Thanksgiving groceries cost more this year. It's because the greedy corporations are charging Americans extra just to keep their stock prices high. It's outrageous, blah, blah, blah. And then she bounces back with No, Liz, it's because 40% of the dollars in existence were printed in the last 12 months. Nice try, though. And these politicians, both left and right, have either don't know or don't care that their policies are killing everyday Americans. This is my personal opinion here. This is why term limits are critical, and these people need to live in the country that they helped create. If I were ever elected president, which God knows they're going to look at the memes I have on my Facebook and say, and try to hang me. I would only do two. What do they call it? Executive orders. One to create term limits to everybody in the federal government, and the second one would be that when your term is up, no more pay for you. No matter if you're the president, vice president, Congress, House, senator, no pay. You take what you get in the open market like everybody else does. And this is why they would kill me. I would probably, if I was running for president, Lord knows I would end up committing suicide by shooting myself in the back of the head 13 times. But, they need to learn to live like we do, right? We live in every day. The world we live in is not the world that they live in. We have to live paycheck to paycheck. They get their $100 and some $1,000, and then they, per year, plus whatever the lobbyists give them. And then that's it. But I think it's going to be really interesting to follow this. Again, I'm going on what they said, but they're saying Ghislaine Maxwell. That's how they're saying they pronounce it. Case, and see what's going on with that. I didn't see anybody pop on. I have my VMix social, and I also have the Facebook app up. I don't see anybody on here asking questions. But if that does happen, I'm hoping to be able to have that happen soon. I want to hope to gain some followers at least. But with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and call this a show. I'm hoping to have more preparation when it comes to my next shows, as far as like slides and topics I'd like to talk about. It would be a lot easier when I have people in the chat talking. Also, I do have a YouTube channel for this. It's not just Facebook, but because I created it at 9 o'clock last night, you have to wait 24 hours before you can go live on it. So this episode will be uploaded as a non-live video, but in the future episodes are going to be live to Facebook and YouTube. And I might try doing Rumble as well, but I don't know. But anyway, I want to thank anybody that has watched my nonsense today. You guys, today, as of sundown today, so right now in the East Coast, it is officially Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah if you celebrate it. Happy Sunday if you don't. But thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.